I think, first of all, they've got very difficult financial and economic problems. 30 million people are unemployed. That's been the same for the last 3 or 4 years. Exports are starting to fall, just like they are in Germany, and they're both major exporters. Same thing has happened in Japan as well, although they have a different additional problem. They have a real estate bubble that hasn't really broken yet. They have inflation which averages around 15%, contrary to their figure of 6.8%. Although in some of the provinces it's lower and some of it's higher. The people who live in Guangdong, they go over to Hong Kong and they shop. And items that they would pay 25 cents for in Hong Kong are $1 in Guangdong. And so Guangdong's got lots and lots of inflation. And of course it's a tourist area too. It's kind of like, I call it Miami Beach or something like that. And so prices tend to be higher in areas where there's a lot of people going on vacation. They continue, China, to search throughout the world for commodities for their perpetually growing economy, although they could slow down quite a bit. And if you look at the freight figures, you'll see that they've been abysmal for the last few years, and especially lately. And those are the ship loadings going from one place to another. So the world is facing a lower economy, and that's really going to very negatively affect the Chinese. Now, the next question is, can they contain, 2.3 billion people? Would they have a revolution? Could be. So China is not in the best of positions. When the U.S. went into Libya, they told the remaining 1,000 to 2,000 Chinese to get out. They didn't shoot them or anything. They just said, there's a plane, hop on it. And they had 32,000 people working there, drilling oil wells and laying pipelines so that they could take oil out of Libya. And now the U.S. has kicked them out and said, adios. So China's got its share of problems. And, having $1.3 trillion in U.S. dollar denominated securities, that's not a very good idea. That's a very heavy concentration. They should have been blowing that paper off since 1995 by buying gold or whatever. And they didn't do that. They built up this big nest egg that goes down in value every day. I mean, inflation right now, unofficially in the United States, is 11.2%. I mean, that's how much money they're losing on every dollar they have every year. It's just like holding their treasuries. U.S. treasuries being held by the Chinese. Let's say they get an average yield of 1%. And let's say that inflation's 11%. They lose 10% a year. I mean, that's not a very good investment. As the dollar goes down in value, and they lose even more money.